Oh my goodness, y'all. So I just realized today that I have slacked on my weekly vlog posts for the month of May. And I'm going to tell you why. We had a really crazy May, like crazy busy. So I'm going to unpack everything that happened in May in two parts. The first one going to be starting now. And the second one is, in my opinion, the best one because it's the one I ended up as a wife. So stay tuned. You're going to see everything in the first part of May in this vlog, and the second part of May, which was our wedding, our honeymoon, all of that in part 2. So this is part 1 of 2 for the month of May, and moving forward, I will be back on my weekly schedule for vlogs. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Western Working Wife vlog. If you're new here, my name is Tia, and I'm here to show you my life hacks I utilize to shuffle shenanigans every week while I run a successful real estate business, remain a competitive barrel racer, and practice the art of homemaking for my growing family. I am not your typical social media influencer. I don't want to influence you at all, actually. I simply want to provide you inspiration in your daily life and show you that you can do it all and not lose your identity. You do not have to choose between having a career, chasing dreams, and being a homemaker. So picking up where we left off, in the last vlog, I was in the middle of this paint project, and this is how it turned out. I am so excited and just glad our landlords let me neutralize all of this blue. I think a little bit of blue is okay, but this was overkill, and being able to paint it and turn it into a more like neutral tone just made it feel more like a home to us. Zane ended up having to do a bit of farming in the month of May, and so I ended up having to bring his lunch and drinks out to where he was working, and of course, I nailed it. There for a few days. If we wanted to hang out at all, it had to be in the tractor. One of my latest recipes that I learned how to make was homemade hamburger buns from scratch, and y'all, I don't think I'm ever going to do it another way. This was way easy, and I will be sure and drop the link to this recipe in the description of this video so that you can try it as well. A couple weeks before the wedding, I went back to Mineral Wells and had my hair and makeup trial with Rockin' Hair, Body, and Soul at the Crazy Water Plaza. And y'all, they killed it. Just out here pumping fuel, wearing my wedding veil. I'm leaving back to West Texas as soon as I'm done getting bridal portraits tonight. So I gotta fill my car up. Just gonna field some funny looks in the meantime. And here's a glimpse of our wedding venue. This is called the Barn at Sparrow Creek Ranch, and it's located in Graham, Texas. Having the opportunity to do my bridal portraits at the venue that we were getting married at was absolutely awesome, and I 10 out of 10 definitely recommend this. And here are some of the photos from that photo shoot. My photographer, Mandy Lorraine Photography, did absolutely amazing. She's the one who did our engagement photos, the bridal portraits, and shot our wedding day as well. So Hilda told me to bring her shots, and she was referring to her like, what's that called? Ozempic shots, basically, right? Yeah. Well, I didn't know that that's what she meant, so I brought her Jello shots. Said shots, and she gave me these shots, so I just kind of assumed she meant, yeah, she did. She meant her Ozempic shots. They're at the house still. But hey, we got Jello shots. I think one of the most challenging parts of being a competitive barrel racer is when life gets in the way and you don't get to do as much with your horses as you would like to. I have been feeling like that for most of this year, with the wedding planning and moving and all of the things that life has thrown at me, it's just been really hard. And I've been able to get my horses worked and rode, but I haven't actually made it out to do any barrel racing. And I'm super excited that in the month of May, I was able to change that and made it to one jackpot and a rodeo. And in June, I've got some rodeos planned. So I am here to tell you that barrel racing will always be there, and don't get down just because you have good horses or your horses aren't where you want them to be. It can be really hard, like mentally, I think, to just embrace life as it's happening and accept that barrel racing is going to be there when you get back. Like, I promise. I'm really grateful I have young horses that I haven't ran the legs off of, and so I know there's always going to be a barrel race. I just have to look at the schedule and, keep these horses legged up at least, and, just dialed in. And one way I dial streak in is I do a lot of, like, what you see right here is I'm doing some figure eights and stuff with him in the round pen. I don't have to do a whole lot with this horse to keep him kind of sharp. So and then Birdie, she's getting a lot of exposure. We're going out, and I'm really proud of her and how she did at the jackpot, just with hardly any time on the pattern lately. She's eager to please. She's a total sweetheart, and I truly cannot wait for her future. I think this summer we'll start entering on her. I've just got to kind of tune her just a little bit over the next couple weeks. Now back in the kitchen over here, my sourdough starter is floating, so it's finally ready to bake with, and I decided I wanted to bake 2 loaves of sandwich bread and some sourdough cinnamon rolls. So I've got cinnamon roll dough rising right there, and sandwich bread dough rising right there. So it's gonna be fun baking. So in my sourdough baking journey, I have not really had a whole lot of challenges as far as like the bread not rising or the dough not rising. I haven't really had any problems like that. Well, that was up until I moved to this new house. And my first attempt at baking my sourdough sandwich bread was it did not rise like it was supposed to overnight. And I ended up turning that batch into some sourdough Cheez-It crackers. They turned out wonderful. And I think I actually posted the video of that already and how to do that. But then it happened when I was doing these cinnamon rolls and the sandwich bread that I made with this. And then I started wondering, okay, why is it doing that suddenly? And basically what we came up with is that even though my house is set on 72 in the thermostat is located in the hallway, and the kitchen is in like basically a more open place, and it's like where the ceiling is super high. So even though the thermostat says 72 in the hallway, the heat in the kitchen and the living room is actually like rising up. So my kitchen is not actually 72 like I thought it was. I don't know exactly what the temperature was, but basically it wasn't rising, and I had to use heat to get it to rise, which you'll see a little bit of crustiness because I had to do that. These cinnamon rolls turned out really awesome anyway, but if you're having a problem with it not rising overnight like it's supposed to, maybe it's the temperature in your room. And we ended up just putting it in the oven and the microwave to get it to rise, and I haven't had a problem with that since. One of my cardinal rules when I'm cooking and baking in the kitchen is I like to start and end with a clean kitchen. So I've been working hard at it, and I've got cinnamon rolls rising and bread loaves rising and supper in the crock pot, and now I'm just kind of cleaning up. So I started by doing the dishes and just loading them in the dishwasher. It's awesome because you just rinse them, throw them in, start it, finish wiping down all the counters and everything. And then what I do, and especially because there's still daylight left outside, is I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it all to the floor. I'm gonna start my Roomba, and then I'm gonna go out and work my horses. So I've just found ways to make it simple and seamless as possible. And that's one of my things is I don't like to start with a dirty kitchen. I don't nights that, you know, I don't get it as clean as I'd like to, but I got time, so. And I have my Roomba set up to where it will just clean in the kitchen, so makes it a lot easier. Okay, we're gonna go for a little walk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna ride a horse.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
I ride streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You riding streak?
Yeah.
Good job.
Right here.
Good job.
Say, I'm riding him. Yeah. Is he riding a little bit? Yeah.
Tell me you're at a barrel race in Texas without telling me. I made it out to my first West Texas barrel race and was so proud of Birdie. She has not been on the pattern very much lately. Well, actually, since we've been in West Texas, she hasn't been on it at all. And she went into this arena with a lot of confidence, and I was so proud of her for just working. I didn't really want to trust her and let go of her face, so she kind of got a little frustrated with me. But as you can see here, she had all the confidence and just wanted to go. So I am so excited to start entering her this summer. And Streak, he kind of struggled finding the first barrel, actually, which is kind of rare for him, but he made up for it at his second and third barrel, just like he always does. He has a beautiful second and third barrel, and ended up picking us up a check. So I was really proud of how he worked, since we also have not been practicing. Little Bit, aka LB, is my most seasoned horse. He's 13, and we went out there. I thought he was running a lot faster than he was. We were kind of just loping, but he made a really good gentleman's run for me, and that was really important to just have a confidence building run, because he has been off the barrels for about a year now, and we also have not done any practicing. So I was actually really happy to just have a clean run. We ran a clean run, and we won money. Winning! I hope y'all enjoyed part 1 of the May vlog. Again, I took lots of videos and I just didn't get them edited and uploaded. So I'm so sorry, but I hope you'll tune in and watch part 2 as well, where we do more rodeoing, we get married, we go on our honeymoon, and continue this adventurous life that we live.